Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Insomnia the Ark. This is Colonel RPG, as usual, and I'm very happy that chose to join me today as we go to Vulture's Nest. After last episode's little foray with the robots turned out to be... where are we going? Checkpoint entrance, that's right. Turned out to be not so great. Didn't work because the game crashed. So we were on the way back from a mission where we got shot at by laser weapons. So I'm sort of interested to see... Oh yeah, this level does this. Interested to see, and also it saves and it chugs and does all the things, to see what that's all going to be about. If we're ever going to get those laser rifles, or not rifles, or whatever the little things are. So we're coming back because we need to tell General Tanaber the things that we learned that are a little bit vague, but I'm sure I remember that when we read the description of the quest, or the dialogue, I should say. And let's see. So I'm gonna sell you that, get a little bit of money. Excuse me. And I'm gonna also take care of my bullet situation, because we're not in a good one. Situation about that. I need more. Also, I might as well fix this thing. I need some parts. I hope I get better parts, because if not, well, I might have some over here. And that's the beauty of the Vulture's Nest, is just being able to... No, I don't. Dang it. Being able to come over here and be let down by the amount of equipment you don't have. It's fine. We're gonna be fine, don't worry. I just need to offload some of this and remind myself, I should say, what ammo I need. Because we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of ammo over here. So we got that one with numbers in it. Over there. We got this one over here. It's for shotguns, I think. Maybe. It's cartridges. So you sort of... then again, it might not be. Everything is cartridges. Which is not correct. Cartridges... The cartridge is a part of the bullet. And you can say cartridges, colloquially anyway, for shotgun shells. Because people say cartridges for shotgun shells. But I think technically that's not correct. I'm not sure, though. There's many distinctions. Because, you know, there's technical things. There's always going to be many distinctions between all the things. And you might be noticing that I am putting all of my ammo in there. And that is for a reason. Because I am using crappy ammo. And I don't want to use crappy ammo. I think I am using crappy ammo. Let's just unload that. Why? Come on. Come on, Shelley. Okay, so I'm... Oh, it's right. I don't know if that is crappy ammo or not. Can I tell? Oh, no, that's not. I can. Look at that. So, so that's a P. The first letter is a P, and then the A is an A, and then the T is a Y. Or an I think. So it would be... Pyro... Is that fire? It is. Oh, look at me. No, it's Cyrillic. Sometimes it's... I don't. And these are just normal ones. We should be able to see the stats from in here. What was I saying? I was talking about things. I was rambling. So, that... Yeah. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. So, oh, right. Because we need to see what we use. So, it's 9mm on one hand and 792. Which I think this is a British caliber. 792? Or it might be just a caliber. So the 792 is roughly a quarter, well, it's a little bit above a quarter of an inch. So it would be slightly above .25 caliber. But I don't know any calibers like that. I don't actually know why some bullets are like 50 cal. That's 12.5 millimeter. But it's not 12.5 millimeter because that's another type of bullet. But then again, you also say 50 cal, but which 50 cal? You can have Magnum, you can have... Well, Magnum, I think you can have multiple Magnums even. Because I don't know what the Magnum name stands for. So you might be able to have just many different things. And I don't know any of them because I am so smart. And, yeah. But what I mean is bullets have a caliber, and they also have a length, which matters. And, oh, I was talking about the cartridges, that's right. But first let's talk about our 9mm bullets. Because we have some over here, but not a lot of them, unfortunately. And DIY is just minus damage and chance of jamming. Excuse the hiccup. I don't like hiccups. And we got minus damage for gunshots. I don't know why it's twice, but I think that's a bug. And also pierces armor. So the VV at the beginning, that over there, or B, I think that one, that's B. I don't know. Yeah. So I'll need to buy 9mm. Did I really go through all my 9mm? That's incredible. I did shoot that guy, and he was mean. So we're gonna need to get some 9mm, unless I just want to go with DIY, which I could do. I could actually maybe make 9mm. Huh? We could try that. That's kind of far away. Yeah, let's not bother with it. Let's just buy. So we're gonna need 9mm. We're just gonna go with that. The fire damage is interesting, but yeah. Look at that, 18.5mm. That's just tremendous. That's like 55 cal. It's tremendously big. This is a lot bullet damage minus, and that on a rifle that actually matters a lot. So I'll need to go with the proper 7.92mm caliber cartridges. Yeah, they call it cartridges, but it isn't. Because that's, you know, you got the, I think there's like a payload, there's the propeller, or there's like all the different things, and that's why cartridgeless, I think that's how, oh, what? Oh, because you need to reload one at a time. That's right. Even here, you need to reload one at a time. In here, you need to reload as well. That works well. Let's buy some. And then we're going to get into our mission. And as I was saying, we're going to be reminded, I'm sure, of what we learned last episode. We could also buy some weapon parts. Can I? That's not too bad. Divide. There we go. Can give you back some of those. Now, for 9mm, do you have any? He doesn't have ammo? Okay, I didn't see any. He has a lot of it. Super expensive. Incredibly expensive. Okay, well, I guess we're not buying that, are we? Super expensive. Well, we're not using the SMG anytime soon. Good stuff. Oh, also, there's this thing that I need to fix, because I did punch some people. Not punch, because that's not what you do with an axe, but I did do that. Hey, gentlemen with Hanover. Hello again, KZ0012. Have you made any progress? Yeah, Broker has been rescued. He gave me a package from Ubu. Was that Broker that we talked to last episode? It wasn't. He had a different name. Was it Broker? I don't think it was. What was that you said? A highly unexpected outcome. What was in the package? Well, Ubu sent an identification capsule with the number JS0515, and I am giving it to you. Well, as always, there are more questions than answers. Well, I'll give the capsule to Dr. Redden. Yeah, I need to talk to Dr. Redden as well to heal. It's possible that he can use it to bring the sample back to life. The sample with a capital S there. Back to life. Yeah. And now you need to continue your work with Dr. Redden. Report to me if you uncover any evidence about that girl. 5,000 bucks. That is pretty good. I like that a lot. Now, what I will like the most is to know what I'm doing with Dr. Redden. Because, at the Asagras military base, I have no idea. Okay, these are just people who are lost. Have to look for their ball to find a new one. Found Varro. Yeah, right. Do I need to just go back to Dr. Redden? I suppose it might be. And the Dr. Groff. But this is not about Dr. Redden. And there's some things with a thing over there. This is Antiques shop. Okay, source. That pit over here. The proof of patriotism, quote-unquote proof. Prime Sergeant Chikov. Oh, yeah, right, because that's just a booze. Go to cafeteria, to military base, tell Jakob good news. So we're going to the military base, and we're also crafting some things, as it turns out. It's good that we're going to the military base. We're going to basically explore it again, I would think, because there's a bunch of missions down there. And that's why it's good. Yeah, I can't be bothered to go down there. It's not like I need the 9mm bullets all that much. But it is good that we can indeed go to the military base, because again, Redden will heal us for free. Let's see, military base, right there. And also there's people there. The movie theater did all the things over here. Don't actually remember how the movie theater looks. Ooh, a trading caravan is set up camp in here. It could be good. They're not gonna sell bullets at cheap prices though. Seriously, 10,000 for 150 bullets. That is a lot. That is just way too much for an SMG. That's like, seriously though, that is. I mean, maybe I don't need 150, but I had 150 at one time. Okay, there you go. Let me see what you have on sale. For sale, I should say. A trader pack. Oh, 9mm. Is it cheaper? No, it is not. It is the same price. And thank you very much. Good luck, Brigo. Have fun. Container. Oh, right. There's one thing I could get from you. Although I don't know if you sell it. Lockpicks. He doesn't sell it. I'm not gonna open that, though. It's just a 1-star container. It's fine. Moving on to the military base. So, there is one place in the vulture's nest to the west. You might have noticed it before. I never pointed it out in the in footage. So if you're not, watching this, paying attention to everything, you may have missed it because I rarely open the map. But when I open the map, there is a place to the west that cannot be seen, and then we haven't been able to go in there. Let's go to the main gates first. Oh, this place is super loud as well. Got a bunch of the huge machines. And there's a place to the west on the vulture's nest, not here, that we have never been able to go to. And it says something about a military base in there or something, or there's something in there. And you save, there it is. I can't believe I didn't know what it was when I was saying, oh, I think it might be loading the textures and all. You idiot, Colonel. You idiot. Not noticing that the game is just saving. Although, yeah, why it doesn't do it asynchronously is beyond me. But it doesn't, so it must murder your frame rate. As well as the smoothness of everything. So, we are actually very close to where Dr. Redden is. And I didn't mean to be. Hey dude, how's it going? I'm here to talk about the disappearance of your friend Shulky. What? What disappearance? I thought he took some time off. Yeah, his request was not signed, but he still left the base. Whoa, you mean absence without official leave? Because I don't know how to pronounce that otherwise. What was he thinking? I know that you and Shulky got into a fight because of a girl. You'd better tell me how it all went down. Prof here nervously wipes his eyes, literally just waking up. That's not, literally just not at all. Are you kidding? We're always spending time with girls from the reservation. We can't remember all of them. What are you even trying to accuse me of? Enough of this chatter. I need to go over the manual to Garon. Over the manual of a Garon. Because that's the machines that make noise. You're either going to tell me everything, or I'll have you court-martialed. Because I have that power, don't you know? What are you babbling here, brat? There, maybe. What tribunal? Yeah, he's delusional. I said no such thing. You have a boiler with crap for a head. Whoever hired you should choose better detectives. Interesting. What was that all about? I do wonder. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we got in through here. Somehow. Yeah, and looking at the map can actually tell us where we are. Oh yeah, that's why we're so close. I never really, there's two wings that look similar. And I never really know where to go. It's Verger. The elderly man absent-mindedly nods in response to your greeting, which I did. I greeted him. What do you do here? My name is Verger. I'm the head of the architectural service in the near range. I'm in charge of the construction and reconstruction of buildings and technical facilities. My office is also in charge of exploring the territories beyond the near range. Sounds impressive. The bearded man laughs indulgently. Yes, exploring the station is truly a passion my colleagues and I share. I'm not afraid to say that Object 6 is a real technological wonder. Would the architecture service need any help? Yes, we do need it. Imagine that. My colleague Tector Copper is about to set out on a research expedition, but at the last moment he discovered that his translator was out of order. It's a machine, I think. I need someone who could deliver the translator to one of the border checkpoints. Tell me about Tector Copper's mission. I think you remember, despite the fact that we have been flying for 400 years already, a significant portion of the station has still not been explored. Copper is setting off to the very center of Sector H to put a research station there. Communicators don't work in this no man's land, so we can't do anything without a powerful radio tower. Its key element was designed by the Honorable Dr. Cohen. I'll do it. Thank you so much for helping me out. You need to get to checkpoint F41/1. I'll send you the coordinates in a sec. Here's the device. And he gives me a thermos. It looks a little bit like, I suppose. Can you tell me about the station? What exactly are you interested in? I'm sure you understand that this is a very broad topic. Yes, tell me about Object 6 in general. In a nutshell, Object 6 is... I'm sorry. Object 6 is an interplanetary megalithic station. It's not lithic. It's not lithic. Lithic means stone. It's not a megalithic stone. It's not a megastone, because that's literally what it means. It's not a megalithic. Fight me. I majored in archaeology. I know this stuff. I'm not saying you, listener, fighting. I'm saying Verger, fight me. This is what I mean by fight me. Although if you want to fight me as well, feel free to fight me in the comments, and I'll explain why that is like that. Anyway, which was intended to colonize distant systems. Actually, it is a multi-level city with entirely autonomous life support systems. According to the creator's designs, it is able to accommodate up to 10 million colonists. The station is designed for long flights and to allow colonists and resources to completely sustain themselves. We have only explored a small part of it, and even then only on the surface. What makes our work harder are the blockages, flooding, and damage brought about by the bombings that happened before the Exodus. Object 6 has been on its way to the evacuation point for 412 years already. The station is moving along the pre-programmed route, automatically correcting its trajectory. I cannot give you any exact figures, but I would venture the guess, that's how it's said, that by now the population of the station is just over 1 million people. Yeah, it's a shame that we don't see any of that in terms of seeing the millions of people, because they're way less than that. Well, I guess we might be able to. We do see some expensive visions, and I guess you could think of that as all the places that people live in and stuff. I'd like to know more about the history of the station, even though that's literally what you just were talking about to me. I'm not going into the details of the conflict between the United Hierarchy and the SORG regime. I suppose the compulsory course taught you that the hierarchy has been in the process of losing the war for some time already at the time of the Exodus. As far as for the station itself, it was one of the few objects created as part of a secret government program. What do you know about this program? The government planned to build 11 interplanetary stations. I'm not going to indulge you. I'm not going to say that word. The project was launched in the early 3910s, but the program was abandoned just short of being implemented during the arms race of the 30s through the 80s. Okay. They later tried to use some of the objects for the stations, for military purposes, but for various reasons they did not go through with this initiative. I'm sure objects, or the Russian word sounds way cooler in Russian, because that's just awkward. It's not like vaults for underground bunkers, because calling them vaults is cool, but because it is technically what they are, but it's also referring to something else. Objects is just sort of too vague to work like that. Arcs, well, it's the subtitle of the game, but arcs would be much more... I wonder if that is. I wonder if they're referring... Oh, I didn't read that, because I wanted to mute that guy. Oh, sure. I can ask that again. Yeah. So... It was one of the few objects created as part of a secret... Right, okay. for military purposes, but for various reasons they did not go through with this initiative. That, maybe. During the last war, capitalized, so it's very important, some of the objects were on the SORG regime-controlled territories, while others happened to be within combat zones and were destroyed in the process of warfare. Should I continue, or did... no, continue. One of the objects was located in the vicinity of the Talloy agglomeration. It was there that in 4205, the 4th Army was trying to make its way under the command of General Azar. His team found out that the station was abandoned and badly damaged due to bombing. No one had been taking care of it for as long as 200 years. Despite the dire state of the station and the ruined central control block, Azar's team managed to run the reserve system. It turned out that the station had an autonomous control system and was still capable of flying. General Azar's team had a lot of work to do. The war had caused a deep decline on many fronts, and the new generation of engineers could not understand how pre-war technology worked. After reviewing the situation and assessing the risks, the decision was made to announce an evacuation in an emergency General Council meeting. This was the beginning of the exodus. It sounds like this is such specific history. He doesn't really talk in broad strokes. He says, like, this person did this and found this thing, which I suppose is why it's the history of the station rather than the history of the world. A bit of a mixture between... I don't know. I like the notion of a huge station. The game really doesn't explore that, unfortunately. But I like the setting of, like, it's very I was thinking of Warhammer 40k. If you've ever learned about a little bit of the history in Warhammer 40k and the mythos and all that, it's very much about lost technology and how different people in the confines of space treat that technology. Well, some factions are like that, because there's also magic and different races, and there's a bunch of different things. But I really like that aspect of just the old technology. Unfortunately for me, Warhammer 40k doesn't take its own technology super seriously, not like, for example, Mass Effect does, or at least the original Mass Effect, where it's all very specific and you have specific technologies that work in specific ways. I suppose stuff like Star Wars and Star Trek also do the same thing, but I've never seen any of those, so I can't really draw comparison from there. But Warhammer 40k, just sort of a lot of it is magical, but because it is seen as magical by the people of the year 40,000 and plus. I think the timeline is up to 42k already, so you can still play whenever, but still, it's really cool. I like that thing. It also reminds me, but I never played it, but it also reminds me of, what's that game that was made by that studio that was closed by EA? That has it's a trilogy, and the third one is crap, full of microtransactions. Which one is it? Dead Space. It reminds me of that as well, but I don't know if Dead Space is in a station as well. I think it is. And of course it's more horror, but, you know, I like it. It's good. Yeah, I really like it. It's a shame that it's not explored in this game. At least not right now. Maybe later it will be, and I hope it will. I'm interested in Object 6's construction. In general, the architecture of the station is quite clearly divided. The upper levels have residential areas, public facilities, and agricultural zones. The lower levels are a complex structure of maintenance, storage, and hangar facilities. The station's explored space is divided into 12 sectors. Each sector is divided into zones. For example, the zone that houses one of the largest reservations is assigned the number D-106. Interestingly, the station was sealed within an armored cover as a security and defensive measure. We can only look out into space through cameras and the control node. Now that is interesting. Also a little bit confusing, but interesting for sure. Because we see the map. And I thought we were seeing Object 6, but we might not be seeing Object 6. I bet it is. It's just maybe without the cover? But also the fact that we can't see into space, only through cameras. Which, how else would you see through space? What do you mean? Window? Would you see through space through windows? Like, of course it's through cameras. That's not the point. The point is they're sheltered. I guess they would always be sheltered, but seriously, that actually, when I think about it, that makes no sense. Like, yeah, you could have windows into space, but you see blackness only. Because that's space. It's just black. Unless you're, like, if you're interstellar flight, I guess you'd see the stars. Yeah, I suppose that might be it. Yeah. I don't know if you would, actually. I'm not really sure, because the brightness... brightness... It could be... I don't know. Any physicians in... yeah, physicians? Physics people. Physicians is doctors, isn't it? I don't know. Anybody learned in physics, let me know in the comments how that would work. Anyway. Getters have a legend about the window with a capital W. A viewing platform somewhere in the depths of the junkyard. This place isn't on any of the station's blueprints. Oh, you have blueprints. Because I was going to say, oh, this exploration would be completely solved if you had blueprints. No, apparently they have blueprints, so they're talking about a different sort of exploration. So just sort of, you know, making sure it's all according to the blueprints. It wouldn't make sense that they had blueprints, really. But then again, maybe they wouldn't. They're just, you know... We don't have blueprints of cities these days. A lot of cities do, and I would say the vast majority of them do, but not all of the places have blueprints in all the cities. So, you know, let alone I wonder how big an object like this would need to be. Because 10 million people with multiple levels, that wouldn't need to be that big. Probably the size of New York. Or actually not New York. What's the... Not New York the state, but... Oh, Reagan. That's a different doctor. I think. Maybe. Mistranslation? Maybe? Hey. What's the Isle of Manhattan? Is it Isle of Manhattan? Probably something of that size would work. So it doesn't need to be... Yeah, it doesn't need to be tremendously big. Though if you really wanted to make something big, you could make... Well, I guess... I was gonna say you make something like the Death Star. Again, I never watched the movie, so all I know is like secondhand knowledge. But the Death Star is supposed to be the size of a planet. I think. Is it? I don't know. But if it is the size of a planet, then it can house quintillions of people. Because we humans feel very little space. Do you know that if you picked up every human alive right now, 8 billion or 7.5 billion of us, and put us all on top of each other, just like in a big pile, we wouldn't feel the Grand Canyon. We wouldn't even begin to feel the Grand Canyon. I think we'd reach the top if we were like a pyramid, which is sort of, I mean, if you were like a tower, it would reach way more than the top of the Grand Canyon, because like 100 and something meters. But yeah, we're very tiny. And Dr. Reagan over here might be just the person I'm looking for, but we're out of time for the day, so we're gonna need to figure that out in the next episode. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Insomnia the Ark. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.